The freight cars are stuck on the mechanism. All they need is a good push. We'll do it right away.
A lot of you guys have been asking me two questions recently. One, what exactly my favorite Thomas & Friends episode is, and two, if I ever had plans to make a Scruffy model. It just so happens that the answer to both of those questions play hand in hand. My favorite episode from when I was a kid, and even now, probably goes to Put Upon Percy. I honestly really enjoyed every set that was used in the making of this episode, and of course I would find myself enjoying Percy even more as a character, as well as following him around Sodor and seeing all of his different odd jobs. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, what does that have to do with Scruffy? Well, it takes a keen eye to notice, but we would actually see Scruffy's model used one more time at the mines that Percy goes to. When Percy shunts his cars into the mechanism, Scruffy is actually the wagon up front that has it jammed, and it's this version of Scruffy that I would try to replicate with my model. This being his last appearance and all, I felt it was only right. Rest in peace, dude. Now, this was a project that I initially started a long time ago. However, after I would spray the model a flat black and his undercarriage a moss green, I would for a while pretty much call this project done. I would end up adding a Hornby lamp to his front, seeing as he's at the front of the train, but after that I wouldn't end up touching the model for a while. However, after rewatching Put Upon Percy and that iconic chase scene down the mine shaft, I was inspired to go back to the model and do some more to it and make it a little bit more accurate. Using masking tape, I would cover up his upper half, and then lightly spraying his axles with some brown spray paint. I would do my best to replicate that rustic look that was shown in the original episode. Using a rust brown weathering powder, I would follow the side detailing of Scruffy and try to give him a light but still used and grimy look, as he is a dirty truck, but at the same time I do like the flat black detailing that he has. It helps to look a little bit more casual amongst other trucks. Following this, I would use some white weathering powder to try to add in some extra detailing to those sides, as again such is visible in the episode. I wasn't able to get that white as prominent on my model, mostly due to the matte clear spraying it off every time I would try to apply it, but I was still able to apply it not only around but also inside of Scruffy. At some point I would also like to add an actual load inside of him as well. This is one of those modifications that I'll likely go back and retouch yet again, as there's a lot of little detail that I could and would like to add at some point. For example, going back and doing a little bit more to add to that grimy look. Mine definitely does look a little clean to have been working in the mines. However, even now I'm still happy and proud with this custom model, as again Put Upon Percy is my favorite episode from when I was a child, and even now this Scruffy model reminds me of that. He at least serves his purpose quite well. Again, this is one of those models that I'll likely go back and end up doing a little bit more too. This episode really stood out a lot to me when I was a kid, and as such it means a lot to make sure that I have my Scruffy model right. And while there's still more I plan to do, I at least feel like I'm on the right path to getting it there. And again, Scruffy deserves it after getting buried fucking alive. That, and as I said before, troublesome trucks are some of my favorite things to model. It's one of those projects that you really can't go wrong with. Though it's taken some time to get there, overall I'm quite happy with how my Scruffy model looks, at least right now. And hopefully you guys enjoy taking a look at how I did it too. I would also like to give a quick shout out to my patrons, as they actually got to see this project early, and oftentimes help get me in the right direction with a particular model. If you guys are ever curious in joining such, the link is in the description, and I'll do my best to keep you guys updated on this project and any other projects that I have on Instagram. With all that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed my model of Scruffy in his last appearance.